Hey guys, welcome to Conspiracy Theory Sunday, where we dissect Reddit stories for the truth. Our first story posted by Electrical Fix 1763. Why else would my husband of 15 years buy one without telling me the truth? My partner, male 54, buys everything online, but 2 days ago he went to the store to buy a baby monitor without telling me, male 48. We don't have a baby, we have an open marriage with rules. When I first saw the semi-hidden bag the monitor was in, I took a look, and I asked him why he bought it. First he said he wanted a better cam for work at the office. It's a $29 baby monitor. Then he said he was experimenting with surveillance at home, since the camera next to our living room TV never worked. I barely remembered we even had it, and in the 15 years we've been together, we haven't discussed home surveillance. Ever. The front of the box has a big baby on it, so it's unlikely to mistake it for anything else. Too long didn't read. What would be a truthful reason as to why he or anyone would buy a baby monitor? Down in the comments, Creepy Addict says, he either has a baby on the way, or he's spying on you, which is a weird way to do it. I can't think of any other reason why I'd buy one. Jim Tagger USA says, he's gonna catch you cheating. Miss Hart 1901 says, can he even cheat in an open marriage? Maybe he suspects you're breaking the rules of your open marriage. Or maybe he just gets off watching you with other dudes. I mean, how did he even notice the camera wasn't working anymore when you forgot it was there? He's definitely doing something sneaky, or his first answer wouldn't have been a lie. Our next story comes from Note 69. I, a 30-year-old male, and my wife, a 28-year-old female, are separated over I'm not sure what. Married for 5 months. Now this. My wife and I got married 5 months ago after dating for almost 9 years. We've never had any serious problems in our relationship. Don't get me wrong, we've had disagreements, but nothing we couldn't work through that night. I've noticed for maybe 3 weeks she hasn't been very interested in talking to me. She's been very distant, but never mean. 3 days ago she calls me and basically asks for a divorce. We met up shortly after to talk. Her explanation is she's not happy with herself, because she's never really taken care of herself. She's never had a real job, never paid her own bills, and she's disappointed with where she is in life. She wants a separation because it will motivate her to get off her ass, and because I won't be there to handle anything or save her. The plan currently is that in a month we'll meet back up and talk about what we want to do. I honestly feel like this was an extreme measure. I'm extremely hurt by this, and I'm not sure what I'm going to want when the time comes to meet back up. I guess honestly what I'm asking is, what do you think? I'm not sure what to do or think about the situation. Down in the comments, Audius Monk says, I don't understand why she needs a divorce to get a job and help with the bills and have goals. Plenty of couples do it. Sounds like she either has no self-motivation or something else is going on. Kit Tay Tay 2021 says, she probably found someone she wants to cheat with, and this is just the excuse she needs. Yaz Nilla says, I mean, having no self-motivation is real. When someone else takes care of everything, it can be really easy to slip into not doing anything. I wouldn't automatically assume she's lying. Bangs in the Hash says, separating finances would have achieved all of this. Unless she has a problem with the relationship itself, there's never any reason to separate that can't be achieved while staying in an exclusive relationship. Are you sure she hasn't met someone else? Opie responds and says, I don't think so. She's basically a shut-in. When we had the original conversation before separating, she was as beat up as I am. Grimwall says, it could be depression pushing people close to her away. Then OP adds, so a little backstory. I've pretty much handled everything since we've been together. So much in fact that 2 years ago, when her parents almost passed away in a car accident, I took a month off work to take care of them at night, while she took care of them during the day. Her parents have no money coming in, and will be broke at the end of this year. So I'm sure she's stressed about that. Her explanation to me was that if I'm there, she knows she'll just depend on me like always, and she won't progress to where she wants to be in life. Comfortable Throat 326 says, her parents have no money coming in, and she's stressed? And her reaction to this is to put more strain on the rest of the family, aka you, by initiating a divorce? You cannot be this naive, man. Yeah, I get her wanting to push herself and get more independence, but this update makes it sound even more suspicious. It's a weird time to cut off her support. unless she's jumping straight into another relationship. Playful Sight 2714 says, "That's not the point, I feel. Sounds like she's going to do something desperate to resolve the financial issue of her parents that she isn't even responsible for. Is this guy suggesting that she's going to start an OnlyFans?" Opener of the Ways says, in response to OP saying that she's basically a shut-in, "Does she spend much time online? If so, then how much do you know with 100% certainty what she's up to on social media, gaming platforms, etc.? OP says, "As time goes by, I'll update this. I'll throw in some more information here while I'm at it." So my response to her during all of this was basically, I don't understand how this will make anything better. I told her I'm not willing to drag this out, and if we can't come to some sort of resolution or plan, then we'll move forward with the divorce. We went ahead and moved her stuff to her parents, just because it wasn't much, clothes, knick-knack items. We talked one more time in person, after a super emotional talk, because we were both crying heavily. She reiterated her explanation, and just wants to be self-reliant. I told her this was a bad idea, and it's not going to help. She gave me back her debit card to my bank account, and we agreed on the day that we would meet up next month. Dryask 5493 says, "I feel like we're missing a huge part of the story. I envision a few options. 1. She does the brunt of the work of everything else, while you only work a job and pay the bills. 2. She's cheating on you. 3. You're cheating on her and she knows and is phasing you out. 4. She just genuinely feels like you grew apart and wants to be single. Or 5. Some in-law bullshit that happened around your wedding or just in general during your relationship." Opie responds and says, "I feel like I'm missing something as well. She basically gets to do whatever she wants. I don't burden her with anything. Of course she's washed my clothes before and done dishes, but no more than I have. I would rather have broken things off than cheat with someone, and my conscience would eat me alive if I cheated. I'm torn between she grew apart from me and what she said is true, or she met someone. The only reason I don't think she cheated or met someone is because she seemed to be in as much pain as me." Typical Nabella 3227 says, "You've been together since she was a teenager. She's had no adult life to figure out who she is and what she wants to achieve in life. Maybe she just feels like she's become a passenger on your life journey. So what do you think's going on here? Did she cheat? Did she meet someone? Or is she just looking for some independence like some people think? Or is there something else going on? Let me know down in the comments." Our next story comes from Thurag Mullen 123. "My wife is spending a lot of time with one of her new male friends, and it's starting to get in the way of our relationship. We've been together for 11 years, no kids. Some of our only childless friends moved away 6 months ago, and my wife was very upset when they left. She'd been down about them leaving, and I tried to perk her up, but with no lasting success. A few months back, she was at a bar with other friends, and she met a group of single men, who she became friends with. I met all of these men on a later day, and they're all nice and friendly, so there was no harm. However, recently my wife has been spending more and more time with one of these men. It's been a gradual increase, sometimes just the two of them getting food and drinks, while other times she invites him to our plans. Several times we've been drinking at the bar with him, and she's invited him back to ours to sleep on the sofa, and just expected this to be okay. She also messages him a lot while we're together. I don't know what I can do. The friend is really nice to both of us, and my wife is finally happy again, so I can't ask her to spend less time with her new friend. But I'm beginning to feel like a third wheel in my own marriage. Can anyone suggest a compromise that works for both of us?" Okay, so I've included this story because while I don't think she's doing anything, since she's including him in all of her engagements with this guy and doing everything in front of him, it's probably nothing there, but it's pretty suspicious behaviour, so what do you guys think? Tired and Short says, "Start by approaching it from the angle that you're happy she's made new friends, but you've been feeling like you haven't been getting quality time. You don't like planning a date and then it turning into a group hangout. If it's planned from the start as a group hangout, then that's different. Name all the times it was supposed to be a date and he was invited. Just say you're uncomfortable with him sleeping on your couch. After a night out, you want to be able to relax with her and be intimate, and having someone else in the house ruins that." Scarlet Persuasion says, "This is one of the most mature and least end all right now because she's definitely cheating pieces of advice." I second this, and seeing how she reacts to this very mature standpoint will also tell you a lot about how she's feeling about everything. If she's hesitant or fights back, then that's definitely not a good sign. But a partner that truly wants to be with you and make the relationship work will try and see it from your point of view and make the necessary changes to ensure that you're not left feeling confused and unhappy or in the dark about anything. Good luck, OP. And then Basilbic adds, or maybe an immature answer is to get a female friend of your own and text her all the time and introduce your female friend to your wife's male friend. Maybe they'll get together and you have solved your problem without pissing off your wife. Or you could have a double date with your friend, your wife, and her male friend. Weird, but you can gauge your wife's reaction to your newfound friendship. So what do you guys think? Is OP's wife just excited about having a new friend? Or is there more going on? Let me know down in the comments. Our next story is from Indents21. My girlfriend has a new guy best friend. Okay, I want to start this off by saying that her having a guy best friend is not the issue. We are early on in our relationship and have been dating for a year. Things have gotten pretty serious though. Let me provide some context. So, about a month ago, my girlfriend and I threw a small gathering at our place for a friend's birthday. There was alcohol, and we were all kind of mingling around with everyone in the room. There's this one guy that's taken a particular liking to her since he's met her. We've talked about how I felt a little bit uncomfortable around him, but I want her to pursue friendships and connections that she values. Anyways, at this party about halfway through the night, I noticed her and this guy off in a dark corner away from everyone else, getting handsy. They were standing away from everyone with their arms around each other. I approached and confronted them, but she pretty much denied it and said she was just trying to call someone. Fast forward to the end of the night and we're talking it through. She also said she just gets a bit touchy when she drinks. We worked it out in the end and I told her I wasn't comfortable with this guy. Later on, she talks with him and comes back to me and says she's gonna be friends with him because he says he sees it as platonic. I wasn't thrilled to hear that, but I went with it anyway. Now they're hanging out very often, texting every day, and are planning a road trip to Arizona for a few days. I've been trying to calm my nerves and be okay in a situation like this, but I don't see it happening. I guess I'm just wondering, am I being irrational and getting anxious over nothing? Or should I have some reason to be concerned? I shouldn't laugh, but oh my god, buddy! Down in the comments, Planet Stewart says, congrats, you're a throuple! And our last story comes from Dreamy 2021. My boyfriend of 3 years won't bring me around certain friends and family. Me, 21 female, and my boyfriend, 22 male, have been dating for around 4 years. He's introduced me to some of his family, like his older aunts and uncles, but he refuses to bring me around his other family our age, like his sisters and their friends. They live about 4 hours from us, and he has to go out of town to see them. He never lets me come, no matter how much I express how much I want to come. He says we don't need to be together all the time since we live together, and tells me it's not a big deal, we're young, and he gaslights me into thinking I'm clingy and controlling. But for me it is a big deal, because it's been 4 years and I still can't meet them. When he goes up there, they often club and go out, which are 2 things he refuses to do with me. But it's not just that. For example, his sister had a long weekend wedding in Mexico, but he refused to let me go. Side note, I was paying for myself, so money wasn't the issue. And another time, he wouldn't let me come with him to his sister's baby shower. I think he's embarrassed of me, because he does the same thing when it comes to his friends, who he also clubs and goes out with. When it comes to his friends, he always tells me that they're not bringing their girlfriends, but some of them do. I see it on Instagram. I don't know what to do. What's going on here? 4 years and he can't even meet his siblings who he's close with. Clearly he's hiding something. My best guess is he's told his siblings that he's single, so when they go out together he can cheat. He probably does the same thing when he goes clubbing with his friends. Down in the comments, Wildly Uninteresting says, you aren't really his girlfriend if you only know part of his family after 4 years. His behaviour is shady at best. This is about your lack of self-respect. He's willing to do whatever he wants. He knows he can do whatever he wants because you've accepted it for so long. No Telephone 9925 says, keyword here is gaslight. Sounds like a bit of passive aggression is going on. The best thing you can do is train yourself to not care, and especially not give him the satisfaction of you caring. It'll infuriate him, and possibly escalate a little, but you'll be confident and powerful and not fazed, which is the best thing you can do in response to this. Make friends of your own that he can't be around, but don't be blatantly obvious. Just be secretive with your phone, and don't fill him in on anything. Ah yes, the key to any healthy relationship. Match passive aggression with more passive aggression. Okay, I assume this is a joke piece of advice, but please don't take it seriously. So what do you guys think is going on? Is he cheating? Are his sisters really his sisters? What's going on? Remember, I post new content every day, so subscribe for more juicy tea.